Wow, look at these noodles. When you taste it, you really feel like you've traveled to China without leaving home. This is pretty awesome. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Steve from Rockstar Eater coming to you with another rockin' episode. And I am out here in Los Angeles and I'm gonna be traveling around the city the whole day because I'm gonna be doing the ultimate Chinese food tour. Many of you guys know that there's a lot of great Chinese restaurants that you can check out in LA. And in this video, I'm gonna concentrate specifically on Chinese noodle restaurants because that is kind of a trending new thing in LA these days. So we're talking about authentic Chinese noodle dishes, just like it came straight out of China. So this is the video I encourage you to stick all the way to the end of, especially if you're looking for good Chinese noodle spots in Los Angeles, because I'm gonna show you some of the hot spots that you can hit up here in LA in this ultimate Chinese food tour. And also, if you're new to this channel, take a moment right now to hit that subscribe button, as well as that notification bell, because I post these food and travel videos weekly you don't want to miss out on. So go ahead, do that right now. And with that being said, let's go to the first spot. So today I'm going to stick specifically to the city of Los Angeles, so nothing in San Gabriel Valley or any other cities in LA County. And the good thing about these restaurants is that it's only a few miles apart from each other. So if you're planning to visit Los Angeles or you live around here and you want Chinese noodle spots nearby, then this is truly your video. Anyways, this is my first restaurant, MIAN. It is an award-winning restaurant that specializes in Sichuan style noodles. And if you guys don't know what Sichuan food is, it's from the province that's in the southwest part of China. How exciting, it's my first time here at this restaurant. And you guys might be interested to know that this restaurant started in San Gabriel in 2016. And now I am here at the 4th location on West Adams, which is the newest one. And I think this location is pretty rocking. You see they have an open kitchen as well as a counter seating that's very similar to what you would find in a ramen restaurant. And also, this is pretty amazing. Look at this mural. Wow. I don't know if the other locations have this, but in terms of decor, this spot definitely has it. The amount of accolades is crazy. Jonathan Gold's 101 Best List 2016. Look at that ranking. And even we're on the Michelin guide as well. And then down here, Jonathan Gold's Best 101 Restaurant 2017. Even more, 101 Best Restaurants in LA 2019. This restaurant definitely has game. So it looks like it's just a one-sided menu. That's pretty good, keep it easy. So the appetizers, they got the cold appetizers. I recognize some of them here, as well as your hot appetizers, with even some new menu items like chicken katsu and Sichuan popcorn shrimp. I guess kind of the cater to the demographics here. And they also have your dumplings, the chili oil, chao shu I heard is pretty good. You see pan-fried dumplings. But I came to try the noodles, the award-winning noodles. The most popular one I heard to get is the jjajangmian. And I think today's gonna be like the first time I tried a jjajangmian in like a really authentic Chinese restaurant. So this is very exciting. As well as your spicy beef noodle soup. See, that's pretty cool, huh? And then also your cold noodles, like Sichuan cold noodles. The symbols, that means spicy. And then if you see like the broccoli or the tree shape, that means it's numbing, like mala numbing, peppercorn. Ooh, look at all that beef. All that rib finger meat. Looks so awesome. It's like I just want to drink all that. Look at that, keeping it fresh. All the dumplings are made in-house. And I believe this is the chicken filling, which I heard is also pretty unique to this location. You guys like chicken dumplings? So it looks like a lot of the toppings are pretty much good to go. But of course, they do have to boil the noodles. So once you place the order, in the water it goes. Or if you get the dumplings, they got to make that. It's an open kitchen, so you can watch them making it over here. And that's really one of the awesome things about this restaurant is how bright and visible everything is. And just to let you know, they do have a pretty good number of drink selections too. Everything from typical soft drink to beer, as well as to this drink, which I heard is very popular, the mung bean tea. Never had this before, but I'm so down to try it. Wow, that's a very earthy taste and just a little bit sweet too. I heard this tea pairs wonderfully with Sichuan food, and you're probably gonna need it, especially if some of this food is spicy. Yeah, a sweet drink sounds like a good idea. This, I would say, is one of their top 3 noodle dishes to get on the menu, the spicy beef soup noodles. So it's their version of a beef noodle soup, but spicy. And you can make it as spicy as you want. So just letting you know, it can be adjusted. So in there we got beef, which is the rib beef, the finger meat, as well as soybean sauce, green onions, coriander, celery, and baby bok choy. And of course, with every noodle soup meal, you gotta have your dumplings, right? Pan-fried dumplings. Yes, this is always classic to pair with Chinese noodle soups. And it comes with spicy and sour sauce. And here's this other dumpling dish that I heard is super popular. It's the chili oil char siu. It is their version of a chili oil dumpling, but the main difference is the way it's shaped. So this one has more of like a envelope shape, so it's kind of tucked inward, looks like. I'll show you in just a bit, but you see all that chili oil that's just all around it? That's pretty awesome, right? Maybe I'll start with some of this chili oil dumpling. Oh yeah. Wow, I really like that chili oil. It's like toasty and just a little bit sweet. It's like full flavor and it's not like too spicy either. Yeah, for sure you gotta get this dish. I heard this is really one of the most popular, like top 2 dumpling dishes to get on the menu. Because when you order noodles, you need either a pan-fried dumpling or you need something like this. And let me tell you, that is pretty killer. See, with noodles, you have to eat right away or else it's gonna get pretty soggy. You wanna eat the noodles when it's still pretty al dente, right? Oh, man. Yeah, so Sichuan cuisine is very much known for its bold, robust, pungent flavor, spiciness, peppercorn. It could be really numbing depending on how much peppercorn is in there. Me, I like to kind of keep it on the mild side, just so I can taste a little bit more of the other flavors going on in the dish. So my beef noodle soup, this one is about mild spicy. Wow, very tasty. I was actually kind of afraid to eat it because I thought it was going to be way too spicy, to the point where after the first bite, you know you're done. You know what I'm talking about, right? I don't want that kind of food experience. I want to be able to actually finish my dish. So I say like about medium is really the perfect. Wow, so tender and full of flavor. You know, I think this is the first time I've had a beef noodle soup in a Sichuan restaurant, or at least in a very long time, because I've had beef noodle soups in other Chinese restaurants, but not in a restaurant that I think that really is like hardcore Sichuan food. It's pan fried so perfectly. Look how crispy it is. You see the flakiness? That's the way you want it. And that chili oil sauce, I already told you how good it is, right? It's pretty bomb. It almost tastes like it's been deep fried. Really, one of the best pan-fried dumplings I've had in a Chinese restaurant. I could come back just for this one. And just letting you know, not everything has to be spicy in a Sichuan restaurant. So if you want something simpler in taste, not spicy, you can get the clear broth beef noodles. So this one is made with the bone marrow, no spiciness inside, just beef, green onions, coriander, celery, and baby bok choy. Much milder flavor. I wouldn't say that the flavor is as intense as the beef noodle soup, but if you want something that's a little bit more, not simple tasting, but I think more true to the flavor of the beef bone, then yeah, this is something you should get. All right, pretty good noodles. Very good. Just like the beef noodle soup. Now, me personally, I think I'm more into the beef noodle soup just because it has more flavor, like flavors coming from all sides, even if it's spicy and numbing. But I can see how some people would like this one because it has a simpler, cleaner taste, I would say. It's probably very good for if you're recovering from a cold or you're just more of a natural flavor of the beef broth type of person. But hey, it has everything in there. Look, noodles, veggies, beef. It's like a complete noodle soup dish. And this is their famous award-winning Chengdu Jjajangmian, jjajang noodles. So it's ground pork, egg, soybean sauce, green onions, baby bok choy, and for extra charge you could add peas and ground pork, but it looks pretty good the way it is. It tastes just like a jjajangmyeon in the sense that I taste that soybean flavor, just like the ones you'll find in the Korean restaurants, which is why it's pretty dark. But this one is noticeably different because there's a lot of peppercorn in here. Okay, this helps. Yeah, this helps. Oh, I don't think I've still gotten used to that sensation yet. I know a lot of people in China really love that. The meat, if it were just a little bit less peppercorn, I think it would be good. And I think you guys should know that this, I think, is the only MIAN location that accommodates to modifications. So if you wanted it less spicy or no spicy, they're pretty accommodating. But if you go to the other locations, I heard they're very true to its original form, so no modifications whatsoever. If you're good with that, you can just show up to any location, or if you're not good with that, then I think you're just gonna have to drive to this specific spot. Hi guys, this is Gilly. He's the manager at MIAN West Adams. Yeah, look out for him. Yeah, awesome dude. I guess it's pretty cool that a lot of these San Gabriel Valley restaurants are opening within the city of LA, right? Now the next restaurant that I'm gonna go to is also another one that came from the San Gabriel Valley. It's pretty legit and it's in a location that you would least expect. Right here at the original farmers market. It's one of the food stands at this food hall, and they specialize in Shan food, which is the central part of China. So here's another very unique Chinese cuisine you can try in LA. All right, now here's the fun part, looking for the restaurant. I think it's supposed to be more on the west side of the original farmers market. So this is Noodle Art. They started out in Monterey Park, and this is their second location here. It's kind of like a fast food stand. They specialize in dry noodles, noodle soups, and it looks like they have all the toppings laid out, kind of like buffet style. And based on what I'm seeing here, like all the meat choices, all the veggies, it does not look like Panda Express food. This looks like legit Chinese food. I mean, that's a good thing, right? In typical food court fashion, they also have the drinks laid out. Sparkling water, your Sprite, Coca-Cola, Diet Coke, as well as these selections of, looks like iced tea, Chinese brand iced tea. Even here at the farmers market, they don't cut corners. They make it fresh. You can even see it through the glass. So you do get some quality food here at farmers market. So don't think it's like fast food quality. It's definitely made with a lot of love. Oh, see, that's the spice right there. Oh, nice. It's like a splash of oil on top. Even at 11 o'clock, it's pretty busy here, but it moves pretty fast. After they boil the noodles, then it would come over here and they would dress it up and it's ready to go. This really reminds me of something out of like China or Hong Kong, the way that this food stand looks. I mean, it's really like just transporting you there. Wow, all right. And lunch is served. It's pretty simple. You just have to find a seat around here. Be sure to come early because once the lunchtime hits, like 12 to 1, it can get pretty busy here. Starting off with 2 signature dry noodles. This is the number 8 on the menu, which is the stir-fried lamb handmade noodles. Yes, I've seen it. I can testify. It's made in cumin sauce. The most popular signature dry noodle. So 3 toppings. You can pick 3 toppings. Spicy handmade noodle with pepper oil. And for this one, I got the thick noodles. And in here, there's pork belly, mixed veggies, And then that black one is kind of like some sort of sauce or dressing. And that's egg and tomato. Oh yeah, and here's their big one, the braised beef stew, brisket. You can choose ribs, but I think brisket's the way to go. And yeah, so it's pretty much their version of a beef noodle soup. So I see the beef in there with some tomatoes, some bok choy, some fresh cilantro. This is such an awesome thing that's going on here, because a lot of times when they open up like Chinese fast food restaurants in these food courts or food halls, it tends to be like the usual Americanized stuff like orange chicken, beef broccoli, you know what I'm talking about, right? Chow mein. This is really so needed. Yeah, more of these kind of stores need to open up everywhere. Oh, I taste the beef flavor, but also some of that tomato flavor too. And it's a little bit spicy because I made mine number 3, but you can make it number 5 if you want to. And you can pick any noodles you want for this, but I think these noodles work the best, kind of like on the smaller side. Okay, those are fresh made noodles. Like, you can tell the difference. It's chewy, it tastes so fresh, and he cooked it perfectly. This has been cooked al dente, like you can still kind of taste the bite in it. And that's one of the problems that I see sometimes with Chinese restaurants, is that when they cook their noodles, they cook it a little bit too long, so it's so mushy. But this one is perfect. But I would still advise you eat it as soon as you can, because it will continue to cook. Oh man, that's like a very home-style beef brisket that I'm tasting. I think this is one of the best beef noodle soups that I've had in recent memory, actually. And these are the thick noodles. Look at that. Wow. I can already tell this is going to be really good. Oh man, I'm enjoying this so much. These noodles are really the perfect choice, the thick noodles, because you have all the pepper oil just coating this so nicely, and you get all the toppings in here like the potatoes and the mixed vegetables, the pork belly, and even this black type of sauce in here that has tremendous flavor to it. It's amazing. Oh man, if this ends up being my favorite dish here, I wouldn't be surprised. This one is really good. So I'm telling you, if you've never tried noodles like this before, for once, skip your Panda Express chow mein and try something like this. That's totally cumin flavored. I don't know if you guys have had cumin before, but it's definitely a strong spice flavor, and mixed with the lamb. Some people like it and some people don't really like it. I mean, me, I think I'm still trying to, you know, kind of get used to it, because I didn't really grow up eating this dish. But still, it tastes great. Like the noodles, fresh made, chewy, al dente. It's stir fried with that cumin sauce. So this is basically like their version of chow mein, I think, but just more authentic. I mean, it's great. And like I said, you have your choice of lamb, or you can get beef or chicken. You know, just be a little adventurous today and try some lamb. So if you're here at the farmer's market and you're looking specifically for Chinese food, don't double think it. Come here, especially if you love noodles. They got both the soup and the dry noodles. It was much better than I thought, because with food court food, it's like, you never really know, but this place really has some of the best Chinese noodle dishes I've had, really, like in my whole life. This is Steven, he's the owner of this restaurant. Oh yeah, look out for him, awesome stuff. Perhaps one day I'll come here and do a food tour of all the great spots at this location. But for now, I have to head to the next Chinese restaurant. After all, it is a Chinese food tour. And last but not least, I am here at this Chinese restaurant that specializes in Gangsu cuisine, which is in the northwestern part of China. This is Lan Noodle in West Hollywood. They are most known for these hand-pulled noodles from the city of Lanzhou, and this is one of the most ancient ways of making noodles in China. And this is also one of the highest rated noodle houses that you can find in LA, so gotta check it out. And in case you guys are wondering, this is not the first location. It originated in San Gabriel, and now they have the third location, which is this one here in Hollywood. So they have a two-sided menu, and it looks like they have more than just noodles here. Pretty awesome, like their appetizers. So you definitely need to start with one of those, as well as your cold appetizer plates, just like what you would find in a lot of restaurants in San Gabriel Valley. Hot appetizers, and yes, you got to get your dumplings. You see xiaolongbao, pretty authentic, right? As well as your rice dishes. Even something called Chinese burgers of different proteins. That sounds pretty rockin'. And ooh, see, there it is, the signature noodle soups. Everything from the lan noodle to braised beef or spicy beef. Wow, I don't even know which one to choose. There's so many. And look, they even got dry noodles too. So exciting. They even got teas on the menu too, like milk tea, as well as these other tea drinks. You see, it's like almost like an Asian cafe experience. And then you also have the lan combinations. Okay, so you can do like a noodle paired with some other stuff. That sounds pretty good. Okay. And this one, definitely worth mentioning. Look at all the different noodle shapes. Everything from round to wide flat noodles. So guys, this is Chef Joe. He's the noodle master. He's been pulling noodles for about 30 years. So definitely a master chef. When they hand pull these noodles, it really takes a lot of strength, because I heard that they pull about 300 to 400 noodle dishes every day. And it's really quite a workout, because these noodle chefs, they really start to gain strength in their arms. So if you guys are looking to, build some muscles, perhaps work in a Chinese restaurant pulling some noodles, yep, you're gonna get them in no time. Look at that, guys, that's the braised beef. Yes, they use this for the beef noodle soup, obviously. And I heard it's super good here. Wow, it's so tender. I can tell it's been cooked for a long time. So these noodles, you can request it in different shapes. Oh yeah, so this one is kind of like the thinner noodles. And then afterwards, it'll go right in here. And it'll cook for only like a minute, not too long. And I can tell that this restaurant is also popular for takeout. I mean, look at all of these takeout orders. So you can dine in, you can take out. It's just a good place to get Chinese food all around. And for sure, you got to get a cold appetizer plate. This one, especially if you love chicken, is the one you got to get. On their menu, it's called the mouth-watering chicken. So it's slices of chicken, like very finely cut, with their house special sauce on top. Wow, that chicken's good texture. I really like that sauce too. It's their house special sauce, so I can't tell you exactly what the recipe is. It's kind of like a soy sauce, a little bit spicy too, but perfect. See this cold sliced chicken? You'll find variations of this in a lot of authentic Chinese restaurants. So if you guys like chicken and you want to try a cold chicken dish, you should start with this one. Another authentic delicacy. This is called the 5-spice beef. Thinly sliced pieces of beef with their house-made chili sauce, chili oil, whatever is over it. So if you pick one dumpling, the classic is the pork pan-fried dumplings. Look at the shape of it. It's like a ball. I don't think I've seen dumplings like this in a Chinese restaurant before, because they're usually kind of like the crescent shape. That's their house special vinegar sauce. Now here's a dish I haven't had in a while. Oh yeah, see, you can tell you're really in an authentic Chinese restaurant when you see dishes like this, right? It's tender, it's spicy, just so flavorful. The aroma of the cilantro's on it makes it taste just like, that's a taste of China right there. This is a noodle house, but you'll be so surprised to see how many other dishes they have on the menu. Like, you could really get a tour of China right here, or at least the north part of China. The bottom is perfectly crispy. It's like so juicy inside. Not to the point where like a lot of soup splashes out, but it's juicy. And I really love this house vinegar sauce. I feel that if you eat noodles, it's not complete unless you have your dumplings. You know, like eating burgers and French fries. Yeah, that's a pretty good choice. And if you guys are looking for the dry noodles, you should go with the oil splash. Yeah, everybody gets it here. So it has garlic, bok choy, sprouts, chili flakes, soy sauces, and that sizzling hot oil. Oh yeah, I see it. This kind of reminds me of the pappardelle pasta that you find in the Italian restaurants. You know what I'm talking about? Mmm. Mmm. Whoa. This is like some of the best noodles I've had in a Chinese restaurant. They got a really good recipe because this is so perfectly chewy. Okay, even if I don't come for the noodle soup, this is super impressive because I love the chili oil coating that's over it. It's oily, just a little spicy, but so flavorful. Oh, I'm in love. I'm gonna come back just to eat this one. This is like super good. They have so many drink options on the menu too, like this pear drink. Tastes just like pear juice. Okay, I like pear. Very refreshing, especially if you get a very spicy noodle dish. This one's the one you gotta get. And here it is, their main attraction. So this is the lan noodle, their house specialty. So for $15.99, you get their lanzu beef noodle soup, sliced beef, small beef chunks, that clear beef broth that's boiled for 8 hours, daikon, cilantro, and green onions. So that is their beef broth. It's very light tasting, so I wouldn't say it's like really salty or infused with all these different spices. It has like a very simple taste, I would say. Definitely add the chili oil inside because that chili oil gives it a lot of flavor. But man, these are the noodles once again. Oh yeah. It's so big. These are like the thickest noodles I think I've ever had. I can see how this would be such a good soup to eat, especially if it's really cold out, which is not really because we're heading into summertime. But still, I can eat hot noodle soups any season, especially if it's really this good. See, nice, tasty, soothing broth, chewy noodles. Oh, good stuff. And this one is the Dan Dan noodles. Yes, everybody loves this one, right? So it's sesame peanut sauce. They're shredded mustard, chili oil, cucumber, garlic, and cilantro. When you eat this, you should mix it all around. So it's almost like a noodle salad since this is a cold noodle dish. But one that I really like because every Chinese restaurant makes it a little bit differently. It really all depends on what part of China you're eating this. I might be going overboard on the noodle dishes, but I had to try their Dan Dan noodles as well. This one is a different shape. So like I said, you can request different shapes for your noodles. You know, just to change it up a little bit. Wow, those noodles are good too. It's a little spicy, it's creamy. That's the way it's supposed to taste. And it's kind of tangy, like vinegary too. Like I said, I've had Dan Dan noodles made so many different ways. But this is one of the ways that you'll find in China. And it's actually so, so good. All right, last one, I promise. I have to also try this one, the braised beef noodle soup. So this one has the braised beef bone broth with the slow cooked beef chunks. Yeah, I saw it in there earlier, so excited. Spinach, very obvious, right? Cilantro and garlic green. And there's also some chili oil. These do look like thick noodles, but these are the thinner thick noodles. So kind of like halfway between the super thick noodles and those really thin noodles. So you can really have fun. So many noodle shapes here. It's almost like a Chinese pasta house. Like literally like a Chinese pasta house. I like those noodles too. And don't forget, beef too. Wow, that beef is good. It's so tender. It's like a very classic beef noodle soup beef that they use in there. So yes, make the drive on over here to West Hollywood to try this super authentic Chinese restaurant that is much like you would find in San Gabriel Valley. They also have locations in, like I said, San Gabriel as well as West Covina. But this is their newest one. So yes, some of the best Chinese noodles I've had. in LA. My favorites, the beef noodle soup, get that, as well as the oil splash. You see, I finished all of it. It was so good. I mean, everything here was great. So got a lot more that I need to finish up. Well, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next food adventure.